This is Gary with GEEZBEEZ. I just wanted to go over a few things we're going to do in our yard today. We're going to do some splits and kind of show you how we're going to do those. It's also August, first part of August. Here in Oklahoma anyway, I'd be getting my mite treatments on, checking my mites. And we're also adding Hive Alive pollen patties. And so we're going to take and put those pollen patties on. We are feeding 1-to-1 sugar water. To stimulate and to help put on some weight for the winter, but mainly to stimulate with the 1-to-1, and we may go to 2-to-1 at a later date, but right now we're doing 1-to-1. But for today we're going to make splits out of these bigger hives, these double deeps that we've got going on, and we're going to split them down. So before I split them, I've ordered queens to come in. Today's Sunday. I've ordered queens to come in on Tuesday. So we're going to take these double deeps and we're going to equalize the boxes. We're going to put a queen excluder, make sure the queen's in the bottom, put a queen excluder down, equalize the boxes, and let the bees, nurse bees mainly, come up and take care of the brood in the top. And then Tuesday, I will pull those off and put a queen with them, and we'll have another colony here. So that's the plan, is to go through this bee yard and expand the colonies and do splits on them. So, and we'll also have brought over out of our nuke yard, we're bringing some nukes from over there. I've already done 4 of them. We're going to bring a couple of more, and we're going to fill these 2 yards up. So we'll have 30 production colonies coming out next year, and that's kind of where we want to be, to kind of double our size of what we had this year. So I did leave quite a bit of honey on for these in these supers, in these medium supers. And so next year I think I'm going to go with the double deep, and I'm going to leave the mediums on them, and that's what we're going to be. We've got our apivar strips in. They've been in for about 2 weeks now. And so we'll go through these and see what kind of brood we've got in each box, and kind of split the brood between the 2 boxes, and just show you kind of what we plan on doing. So these apivar strips, they work on the brood, not only the bees that rub up against it, but they also work on the brood, getting the mites off of the brood. So you can't have, I've already pulled all the honey I'm going to pull off, and you can't have those on and take honey. So we pulled what we're going to pull this year out of these production hives. If there is any honey left, it's for them. But let's see if we've got any brood at all up here. It may all be honey up here, I'm not sure. So far, we've just got a bunch of honey up here. So we'll keep going and see what we've got and how's the best way to make splits out of these. They're pretty well all full of honey and nectar. So we've gotten in a brood here. So we're going to leave the brood, and if there's 2 or 3 frames of brood, I'll probably just leave this box the way it is. We'll try to find the queen as we go, because she could be up here laying, and we don't want to. We want to make sure we know she's in the bottom when we put that queen excluder on. So we may start shaking these bees down, but I'm going to check the bottom first and see if I can find her down there. So got a little brood here. And now we're back to the resources. So we've got about 2 frames of brood here. I like to make a little bit stronger split than that. So I'll probably pull some brood out of the bottom box to put into this. Well, at least 1 frame. And we'll check this bottom box. See if we can find our queen. Okay. Okay, so we've gotten in the brood now. We'll look for the queen. Maybe we can find her. There's a few drones. Have a little brood here. Do we have some eggs? Some larvae? So I'm just going to split both boxes. Looks like we don't have a whole lot more brood in this bottom than we do the top. Okay. Okay. So, since we did not find the queen, we are going to shake, and I'll look for her as I go. We're going to shake all these bees down. Okay, so we've got all the bees in the bottom. We'll put our queen excluder on so the queen doesn't get out. So they've got about 3 frames of brood on each. A lot of bees. We'll set this back up. And so those nurse bees will come back up without the queen into this box, and Tuesday, when my queens arrive, we'll set that box down and we'll make the split. So that's how we're going to do the rest of these. And then we'll come in today and we'll give them some feed. And then after the splits, I'm going to put pollen patties on all of them. Just about 1/3 of a patty, because we do have a few hive beetles. It's not too bad this year. It's been pretty good with hive beetles, but I don't want them to get, down in numbers and not be able to defend their areas. So against the hive beetles, and be able to keep the hive beetles at bay. So we'll be doing that later on this week, but I wanted to show you kind of how we're going to do our split. Make sure our queen's in the bottom, let the nurse bees move up, move that over, and I'm going to put a super on each one, so they'll have a little bit of honey stores, and they'll be able to lay up in the super too when we start feeding, and hopefully have a little fall flow. Maybe she'll be laying up in these supers also, but at least they'll have the bottom, and they'll have a place to store nectar if they do have a small nectar flow in the fall. I appreciate you watching, and hope everything's going well for you. It's still pretty hot here in Oklahoma, but I think hopefully we'll have some cooling down coming in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Thank you. Bye.